Hey gamers, what's up? So I'm in my garage once again. I did some yard sailing this weekend and I thought I'd show you real quick what I got hold of. And again, just tell you it's always worth going and checking out. Whenever you see one, you want to stop. You never know what you're going to find. I got pretty lucky this weekend. The very first house I stopped at, I found this. It's a Wii lot. There's a system with all the wires, the Wii remote, the nunchuck. There's a steering wheel, a Wii Fit Plus with a balance board. The awesome thing here was the balance board was covered in one of those silicone covers, which I threw away because they're pretty nasty. You know, people's feet have been on them. But it kept the actual board in mint condition, which is great. I got this big stack of games that came with it. And this was a pretty good find. I mean, it's low in sports. There's 3 sports titles there, the Pro Evolution Soccer, the baseball, and the Madden. But the Madden, Speed, Exerbeat, Go Vacation, and this Wii Nunchuck and Zumba are all brand new sealed, which is pretty awesome. And I got this whole stack for 40 bucks. So I couldn't argue with that. That was pretty cool. Next, I found this Raymond Raving Rabbids at a yard sale for $1, so I picked it up and added it to the big stack of Wii games there. And then at a yard sale just a little bit later, I found these 4 games for $5. This is one of the deals where I had to ask the guy if he had any games he wanted to unload, and sure enough, he had those waiting inside the house. So I thought that was pretty cool. He went in, he got them, he brought them out. I said $5. He said yeah, and that was that. And lastly, I got this big stack, which is pretty awesome also. This is a great stack of games. I mean, there's no sports titles. We got some BioShock games, Mortal Kombat. This Eco Shadow of the Colossus for PS3 is actually brand new sealed. This guy was willing to haggle. That's another thing you should always consider. The price marked at a yard sale isn't always actually the price. You can normally get stuff cheaper if you just ask. So this is one of those deals where he had $5 a piece marked on all these games. And I said to him, hey, if I offer to buy everything off of you, how much do you give it to me for? And that's a key. You know, generally speaking, people will deal with you if you make an offer to buy everything. And he was one of those guys. He said, how much you want to pay? I said, I'll give you $30 for everything. He said, oh man, I don't know. How about 50? And I said, I'll tell you what. How about 40? And he was good with 40. And then he had these Blu-rays for $3 a piece. And I said, I'll tell you, I'll make it 45 if you throw in the Expendables and Resident Evil Degeneration. So he gave me all those for 45. So all in all, I have like, I think $81, $91 tied into this lot. And I think it's a pretty good deal. So it's always something worth considering. If you're out there yard sailing or whatever, you see yard sales, whatever the case is, stop. Always check. I'm telling you. I keep saying it in every one of these videos, but this is just another example of why it's worth doing. So that's it for now. I'm going to get out of here. Please share the video if you haven't already, and be sure to share my channel with your friends. I'd like to get some more subscribers if at all possible, and of course, I can't do that without you guys. So that's it for now. I'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching.